What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome into the Thomas Mott Show on a Wednesday. We have breaking news. Philadelphia has pushed all of their chips into the center of the table. They are going all in this season as they have made a blockbuster trade just seconds ago at the NFL trade deadline for the Bears defensive end Robert Quinn. Yes, with the trade deadline still a couple of days away, the rumors have been rumbling. We've been talking about it all the time here on the show. Which pass rusher would they get? They have selected the Bears' Robert Quinn to add to what is one of the best defenses in the National Football League. And as I just said, if there was ever a move that clearly shows the Eagles were going to go ahead and go all in, this is it. They are trying to win a Super Bowl here in 2022. Let's jump into exactly what happened because you're not going to believe what they had to give up for Robert Quinn. This is an absolute steal for the Philadelphia Eagles. Take a look on your screen. Quote, the Eagles have traded for defensive end Robert Quinn per source. That's from Adam Schefter. Here's your compensation. A fourth-round pick to Chicago in exchange for Robert Quinn. A fourth. Now, a lot of people are going to say that this is like such a fleecing of the Chicago Bears. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, why would Chicago even consider giving up Robert Quinn for a fourth? Robert Quinn is a little bit older than some of the other pass rushers. Think Brian Burns, think Bradley Chubb. But he also is not on a football team that is going anywhere this year, right? The Chicago Bears are not going anywhere. I don't care that they beat the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. They never had a chance at being a playoff team. And Robert Quinn really was not going to stay for much longer. I know we'll talk about the contract here in just one second, but Quinn's time with the Chicago Bears was coming to an end. And so for Philadelphia to get him for a fourth, this is fantastic compensation for them, and I think pretty fair overall for the Chicago Bears. Now, we're going to look at the depth chart in just one second, but I want you guys to notice something with the Quinn move. The money left on the table here. Now, I'm shooting this video, filming this show here seconds after the trade. So Philadelphia might do a trade and then a restructuring of his contract, and that could happen. I might be, too early on that one, and so don't hold me to it. But right now, Robert Quinn is still on the hook for 2023 and 2024 at $13.9 and $12.9 million a year. This comes off of his 5-year, $70 million contract. And so for a 32-year-old defensive end, I don't see Philadelphia finishing up this contract. I see Philadelphia trying to restructure this contract. That way you keep him long-term, because that's fine. I mean, I think he still is a productive pass rusher, as we will see, but I don't want to pay Robert Quinn $13 million in 2024, right? He's going to be 34 years old, a little bit too old there. I see this very clearly as a move that makes sense right now. You don't have to pay him all of the money that he is currently owed because the Bears have already paid some of that, and so cap-wise, this fits just fine for Philadelphia. But what I really want to know is, are they going to restructure this deal? Are they going to move off of the deal in 2023? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Philadelphia is all in right now. Philadelphia sees a super weak NFC with no other real test right now. You ask anybody in the National Football League who are the best teams besides the Eagles in the NFC, you're going to get the Cowboys, who the Eagles beat. You're going to get the Giants, who have one weapon besides Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. And you're going to get the Vikings, who the Eagles already beat. Aaron Rodgers, he's not there this year. For whatever reason, the Packers are down. Brady's brain is somewhere else right now, focusing on whether it's personal issues, whether it's a team that's not that good offensively. I don't know. The Bucs are down this year. Howie Roseman looks at the NFL trade deadline, looks at his roster and goes, what do we need? You know what? We could use another pass rusher. Brandon Graham getting a little bit older. Josh Sweat's impact, not as great as you'd like to see this year. Let's go get one more guy to get after Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl, to get after Josh Allen in a Super Bowl, and they landed on Robert Quinn because he was probably the cheapest option in terms of draft compensation, because they didn't want to give up multiple first-round draft picks reportedly for Brian Burns of the Carolina Panthers. Now, there is going to be an argument that Robert Quinn is not that good anymore, that he's a little bit too old. And you can look at the 2022 career stats here from Pro Football Reference, and you'll see what? 1 sack in 7 games? You'll say, Thomas, 1 sack in 7 games, please. Clearly, they overpaid for a guy who they're going to give $13 million to next year. Okay, wait a second. Go to 2021. Do you see that, Mr. Upset about this move if you're out there? He had 18 and a half sacks last year. 18 and a half sacks. Now, that's on a football team that doesn't have anyone else good on defense minus Roquan Smith. You put Robert Quinn on the Eagles depth chart, he's going to get to 9 or 10 by the end of this year. I feel very, very confident in that. He makes this football team way, way better than it already is. Look at this defensive line now, right? Here's what you can do. You can now rotate Quinn and Brandon Graham in as that starting, 1-2 left defensive end and always have a healthy pass rusher on that side. Always. I mean, a veteran, healthy pass rusher 24/7 on the Eagles defense. There never will be a snap where you will not have either Brandon Graham or Robert Quinn coming after you if you're the opposing team's quarterback. That's terrifying if you're an offensive lineman or an offensive play caller trying to scheme against the Eagles defense. You still have Fletcher Cox. You still have Javon Hargrave. You still have Josh Sweat. You still have Jordan Davis. You still have Milton Williams. Like, you still have all of these elite defensive linemen. You just added a guy who at any given time could give you multiple sacks in a game or double digit throughout the entire season. This is Howie Roseman again saying, guys, you know what? I'm a smart GM. And I understand that I don't want to give up my first-round draft picks for Brian Burns, who is a way better option age-wise, right? Burns is 24. He's due similar money here. You can, extend him for a similar amount of money. But you're looking at right now a football team that not only has the best defensive line in football with Robert Quinn. There's no debating that. It's the best defensive line in football. They also have 2 first-round draft picks next year. He just gave up a 4th-round pick. What is a 4th-round draft pick? I mean, a 4th-round draft pick once every couple of years is an actual superstar, and once a year is like a decent starter, right? You can Google and find, best 4th-round draft picks in recent NFL history, and there are some nice players on there. But the numbers tell you that Robert Quinn is an established superstar at times as a pass rusher, and getting him for a 4th-round draft pick is an absolute steal. If you're Chicago, you know what? Like I said earlier, you're not going anywhere this year. Chicago needs to stockpile draft picks. They need to go ahead and try and reset and build around Justin Fields and give him actual talent and actual weapons, right? That's what you need to do. And so getting a 4th-round draft pick is a good move for them. If you're Philadelphia, you have 2 major concerns throughout the rest of the year, right? Your one concern is staying healthy, right? Your other concern is getting after the opponent's quarterback, because the Eagle offense can score. And as long as the Eagle offense is able to score, which they've been able to do each and every week so far this season, other teams are going to be in fourth-quarter situations trying to throw the football on you. Whether it's Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers in a couple of weeks, I don't care who it is. If you are able to score points offensively, you force other teams to become one-dimensional in the fourth quarter, and then all you have to do is stop it. And be able to get pressure on the quarterback, and having a strong pass rush is going to be the way to win. This is a win-now move with eyes set to the Super Bowl, because you understand, if you're Howie Roseman, if we're able to make it, that means we're probably going through one of the aging elite quarterbacks in the NFC, probably, Brady or Rodgers in a wild card or divisional round. I know I said that they were bad, but they're still going to win enough games to possibly play you in the playoffs. So you want to sack them. And then if you're good enough to go to a Super Bowl, which we think Philadelphia is at this point, then you're going to be facing Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. And the only way to beat elite quarterbacks throughout NFL history in the playoffs, think back to the Giants in 2007 when they beat Brady, pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. And while Philadelphia has had a good pass rush this year, Hassan Reddick has had a really, really good season, there still has been a little bit of a lackluster ability to get to the quarterback a couple of times. Think back to the Dallas Cowboy game against Cooper Rush 2 weeks ago. No sacks, right? And you go, you'd like that to be a little bit better. Now it does. Again, the only way that this does not work out is if Robert Quinn is somehow still on the roster, paying him this much money in 2023 or 2024. I think Howie's going to have a restructuring. If I'm too early on getting this out on the Thomas Mott Show, then, comment down below and blame me for it. But I would definitely see a restructuring coming here, maybe at the end of this season, going into 2023, who knows. But right now, for a 4th-round draft pick, this move is absolutely massive for the Philadelphia Eagles and puts them this much further. You keep moving them up ahead of the rest of the National Football League. What a move for Howie Roseman, and what a move for Philadelphia. Okay, what do you guys think? Thumbs up just for Howie Roseman. I mean, give me as many thumbs up as possible for Howie doing it again. He has had the greatest offseason, and then bleeding into the season, of any GM in recent NFL history. He's not missed. Right? I talked about this with Dave Spadero on my show earlier today. He's not missed. Bradbury was a hit. Gardner Johnson was a hit. Reddick was a hit. Jordan Davis was a hit. Hit. A.J. Brown was a hit. He's nailed it. If he's done it again here, this will go down as one of the greatest off seasons for any NFL GM in recent NFL history, in my small brain's recollection, because this has been fantastic. What a day to be an Eagle fan. Good luck to Kenny Pickett and the Steelers on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We knew something would happen, and it has, and it's Robert Quinn. And it could have been any of them, Chubb, Quinn, Burns. I would have gotten excited, but this to me is a very wise move for a football team that is looking to get even better than they already are. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Thomas Mott Show. Plenty more content, as we always do every single day here, and give this a massive thumbs up, because the Eagles are making moves, and that is fun times here for all of us. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.